Hi, my name's Isaac. Welcome to Grace River Farms. Today I'm going to jump into 4230 and it's still hooked to the manure spreader where we spread manure probably a month and a half ago. It's been backed in the barn, but I'm going to back the spreader in the shop. I won't get to it today, but I'm going to start painting on it. I cleaned it up real good when we got done using it. Well, we're fixing to get some cool weather and it'll be a good time to put something in the shop to work on it. So I'm going to get to it. It's going to fit between the lift without raising up the arm. It's the only bad thing about having that lift in the shop. Yep. It's been a few days now. Had the manure spreader backed in here for when the weather wasn't so good outside. I'm gonna work on it and start painting it. I've just got some implement paint from the farm store. I'm gonna brush paint it. It's not gotta look fancy or nothing, but want to get it where at least looks good out in the field or something. One of them 10-foot paint jobs where it looks good by 10 feet or something like that. But one bad spot in the board, I'm gonna cut some sheet metal out while I'm doing it and replace over it. That way the stuff don't hang on it. But I've pressure washed it real good. We're just gonna give it a coat of paint. Maybe it'll last a few more years. Here's this bad spot. It's got a busted spot. I don't know. It's been busted since I bought the thing. I've used it. I don't know how many years I've used it like that, but I think I can cut me a piece of sheet metal and unbolt these bolts right here. Drill some holes. There's a couple of bolts back here. And I can put that piece of sheet metal over it and bolt it back in there, and I won't have any problem. Cause to replace that board, it's a big old deal. You gotta unbolt every bolt up through there. And of course, it goes around this back bearing too. I think it'll be easier just to put a piece of sheet metal over it and it'll last a long time. When I first got the thing, this board here was missing. My uncle had a piece of old sawmill lumber, had a handle in it for something. I don't know if it was old latch gate or what, but he cut that board and put in there. If you don't raise this, you raise this board up. If you don't keep it up high enough while you're using it, your fins can get into it, spreader can get into it. You see, I've done that a few times. I'm gonna start back here. I've got a few hours today. I'm gonna get started on it. Take a few hours here and there. Got some old disposable brushes, oil-based paint. When I get ready to be around there, I'll take the wheels off of it and block it up, redo the rims. It ought to look pretty good when I get done with it, maybe. Got some farm store paint here. It used to be cheap. This farm store paint ain't cheap anymore, but if I was painting a tractor or something, I'd buy some good automotive paint, but just an old manure spreader, for what it does, it don't need an expensive paint job on it. If you don't have any paint stirrers, I don't have any paint stirrers on hand, good welding rod works alright if you got any of them. I know it'd probably be better if I'd spray this, but really don't want everything covered in here. And I don't have the time to start spraying it right now, so I'll just do a little bit at a time here and there. I'm just going to paint right out of the can. One of these cheap throwaway brushes. You want to go at it. This is not true John Deere green anyway. It's just, I think it's safety green or something like that. It ain't gotta be perfect. Well, it's got a little bit of it done. I'm not gonna paint that bottom or that chain. I ain't worried about it too much. That bottom floor's been oiled pretty good. Paint probably won't stick to it anyway. But well, it's been a few days now. Got a little more done on the manure spreader. A little more paint on it. My girls were bugging me the other day. They wanted to help paint. So the other day we got them some old clothes on and gloves. And way if they made a mess, it wouldn't matter. They actually did pretty good. I let them get on the inside and paint the inside wall. And they did a really good job. See, I did this side a couple days before that. Then they did this side. They got paint on the bottom, but they did a really good job of painting the inside. A little more done on this front half of the tongue. And here today I'm going to get the tires off of it, or the wheels off of it, blocked up, where I can paint in behind them. I sanded a little after this dried. I've ordered some new stickers for it. They should be here in a week or so. Yeah. It's not no show quality piece, especially being just an old manure spreader. It'll look good from 20 feet anyway.
Well, that's got one side done. Fixing to get over here, take the wheel off the other side, work on that side. I got started, got all this mechanism painted back here, but still like there to the front. See what I can get done. Like I said, it's no beauty queen, but it'll look good going across the field anyway. Few runs here and there. I'm gonna work on the wheels next. These tires, they may not last another year. They dry, crack all to pieces, but we'll see how long they last.
Well, I've had the manure spreader in here in the shop for a couple of weeks now. We finally got the wheels painted and got the tires and wheels put back on. It don't look too bad for a brush job. It is just implement paint, so if you let it sit out in the sun, it'd probably fade pretty fast. But the manure spreader always stays in the barn where it don't get wet. So maybe we'll see how long the nice shiny stays on it. Ordered a couple of decals for it. I'm gonna try to get put on it, and we'll see how they turn out, what they look like. Well, I got the decals on it. It's not the best job in the world. They're just some cheap internet decals that I ordered. They may come off in a year, I don't know, but we'll see how long they last. Well, that's got the manure spreader done out of the shop. I'm going to put it back in the barn. The only thing I like is getting some numbered decals for the 40 to go back on it. I hadn't got them yet, but got the other decals on last night. Looks pretty decent. They're just some cheap decals off the internet. I don't know how long they'll last, but the whole thing was just brush painted, so who knows how long that'll last. But at least it looks good from 20 feet anyway. But I'm going to put it back in the barn, and I guess that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching Grace River Farms.